Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Jessie, and today I have a few more of my most anticipated reads of 2021. I made a video, I think back in December, about my 10 or 15 most anticipated books of 2021, right? And most of those books actually came out from, the beginning of the year until about June. And so I have compiled a new list of books that come out mostly during the second half of the year that I am anticipating. There's only 9 books on this list right now. I'm sure there will be more as time goes on, but this is probably the last time I make this video for this year. Anyways though, before we get started talking about my most anticipated books for the second half of the year, please feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel to make finding my content every Tuesday and every other Thursday just a little bit easier on yourself. The first book on my list is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. And Nicola Yoon, I think, is kind of slowly becoming one of my favorite authors. I really enjoyed Everything, and the ending of The Sun Is Also a Star made me mad enough that I threw the book across the room, but it was really good. So I'm really anticipating Instructions for Dancing by her. And Instructions for Dancing, I believe, comes out on June 1st, 2021. And this book follows Evie and X. Evie, Evie, I think, started having visions of these couples in love and how they fell in love, but also how one of them will end up at least brokenhearted in some way. And so now she no longer believes in love. And she ends up going to this dance studio and she meets this guy named X. And X is he's much more outgoing, into trying other stuff and stuff like that. And he and Evie end up signing up for a dance competition together. I'm really interested in this book. I'm really excited for it. The cover has caught my attention for months now, and I really hope I get to read it pretty quickly after it comes out. The next book I'm anticipating this summer is Ace of Spades by Farida Abiyamide. I'm very sorry if I mispronounced the author's name. This book comes out on June 10th, and it follows these two characters named Devin and Chiamaka at this private school where it's a very prestigious and rich private school, I guess. And there's this group, or at least person, called Aces, who is kind of leaking a bunch of information about Chiamaka and Devin and kind of ruining their reputation. I've heard it kind of compared to a combination of Gossip Girl and Get Out. I've never seen Get Out. I didn't mind Gossip Girl, but it wasn't a favorite. But then I found the extended preview of Ace of Spades on NetGalley. I think it was the first 25 pages, and it was great. I am incredibly excited to read this book. I cannot wait for this book to come out. This is another one I hope to read really soon once it comes out. Next is This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron, and it comes out on July 15th. This book follows Briseis. She has a gift, I guess, for making magic, or for making plants grow magically, and a family member dies, so she and her parents go stay in this family member's house. I guess they inherited it, and I guess while they're here, Briseis has a chance to really work on controlling her magic a little bit more. And they also find out that they are supposed to be making elixirs and tinctures and stuff for people who request them. And there's this person who comes by who actually knows more about the house than what she's letting on, and Briseis and her family has to figure out, I guess, what does this person know? What do they need to know about this house? And now someone also is coming after her for an immortality elixir. So this one sounded really interesting. I actually fell in love with the cover of this book, and that's what made me read the summary to begin with. And this author is also the author of Cinderella is Dead, which I haven't read yet and I need to read. Next is Redemptor by Jordan Fueko, and it comes out on August 17th. This book is the sequel to Raybearer, and apparently this is also a duology, so this is the last book in that series. And this book, Terasai is now an empress. They have uncovered whatever they had to uncover in the first book, and it's now up to her to build her own circle. And when she builds her circle, she has to make some kind of sacrifice, but she's being haunted by, I guess, spirits of dead children who had been the sacrifices for all this time. Also, she's also dealing with assassination attempts, and she and the friends she grew up with for so long are no longer as close. I'm really excited for this book. I enjoyed the first book so much more than I thought I would. I wasn't sure about it whenever I first heard about it, but once I started reading it, I fell in love with it, and so I have really high hopes for Redemptor as well. Next is The Heart Principle by Helen Wong, and it comes out on August 31st. This is the third book in the Kiss Quotient series. I read and loved both of the first 2 books in January, so I'm really excited for this one to come out. This one follows Quan and this girl named Anna. He works he's now a CEO or part owner of this retail company that was started in the first book. And he has this crush on this girl named Camilla. And so Anna is Camilla's younger sister. Anna also has OCD, and she's kind of worked to overcome it. And she's also trying to, I guess, kind of seduce Quan to keep him from messing up, I guess, Camilla's relationship and engagement. because now that Kwan's come to money, Camilla is actually interested in him. I'm really excited for this book. I've really enjoyed the first 2 books in the series, so I have really high hopes for this one as well. Next is You've Reached Sam by Dustin Tao, and this book comes out November 2nd. I have also already read this book. I read the arc on NetGalley and I absolutely loved this book. So I cannot wait to be able to go out and buy a physical copy to have on my bookshelf and to break my heart all over again. This book follows a girl named Julie. She's a high school senior and her boyfriend of 3 years has just suddenly died. And so Julie kind of skips out on all of her chances to say goodbye, and then for whatever reason she decides to call Sam and he picks up. So now they have this connection and they don't know how long it's going to last and like what they actually get from it. And so like I said, I love this book so much. I enjoyed the arc on NetGalley very much. And so I'm incredibly excited to get to go out and buy my own copy of this in November when it comes out, and just to get my heart broken again around the holidays. The final book on this list is Our Violet Ends by Chloe Gong, and it comes out November 16th. This book kind of picks up after the events of the first book, Our Violent Delights, and there's another new super dangerous threat. But this time, there's almost no chance of Juliet and Roma getting to work together. In order to keep Roma safe, Juliet kind of has to make him hate her, which she did. And now she's kind of living with the consequences of that, and it still hurts, but she's trying to keep him safe. And Roma, you know, his best friend and cousin, is mad at him because of what happened in the first book, because he tried to trust Juliet again. And so now they also still have this other chance of having to work together again, even though Roma has this newfound hate for her, and so but he still loves her, and so they have to try to maybe work together again. I don't know quite how this book's going to end. I'm afraid this one is going to end much more similarly to the actual Romeo and Juliet play that these books were inspired by. But I'm really excited to see how this one goes and to see how it ends. I want it to have a happy ending, but there's no guarantee. And so I'm excited to get a chance to read this book at the end of the year. Anyways, those are all the other books that I have on my most anticipated reads of 2021 list at this point in time. I may or may not add more as the year goes on, but these are all the ones I know about right now, and probably the last time I make a video this year about them. I am incredibly excited for all these books. I really can't wait to read them. And anyways, let me know what books you are excited to read before the year is out, or what new releases that are either out now or like about to come out you're interested in. Anyways, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I will talk to you on Tuesday. Bye.